Sunday, April 19th, 2026 AGNDD IntelliReport topic: Activists tear-gassed at failed raid of Beagle research facility. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this partially AI-generated article-based video. Activists tear-gassed at failed raid of Beagle research facility. Some 1,000 protesters tried to storm a private breeding and lab facility in Wisconsin in an effort to steal thousands of beagles that are bred for medical experimentation. Animal rights activists and the police face off outside a research facility in Blue Mounds, Wichita on Saturday. Credit: Taylor Glasscock for the New York Times. By Katie Benner and Taylor Glasscock, the New York Times. April 18, 2026. Taylor Glasscock reported from Blue Mounds, Wis, and Katie Benner reported from Washington, D.C. Hundreds of animal rights activists in Wisconsin were thwarted by the police and private security guards as they tried to steal thousands of beagles from a facility that breeds them for sale to research labs and for experiments done on site. Officers and guards fired tear gas and rubber bullets on the estimated 1,000 protesters, witnesses said, to keep them from entering the facility, Ridgeland Farms, a state-licensed dog breeder. Ridgeland breeds beagles for biomedical research aimed at improving veterinary medicine. The company has denied that it abuses animals. The raid on Ridgeland Farms had been planned for weeks, allowing the facility and the police to prepare for what protesters deemed a civil action. Activists said that at least 26 people were arrested. Elise Schaffer, a spokeswoman for the Dane County Sheriff's Office, said that officers recovered tools from the activists that could have been used to break into the building, but no dogs were taken. Wayne Seung, the founder of Direct Action Everywhere Left, was arrested upon arrival to the protest, which drew hundreds of activists to the research facility. Credit: Taylor Glasscock for the New York Times. The protesters, organized by the national animal rights group Direct Action Everywhere, successfully broke into Ridgeland Farms on March 15th and took 22 beagles, which were subsequently adopted. Last fall, a special prosecutor found that Ridgeland Farms, about 30 miles outside Madison, the state capital, had performed experiments on the beagles that constituted animal mistreatment. But he let the company avoid prosecution on condition that it surrender its breeding license by July 1st, which would end its ability to sell dogs to outside labs. The company can continue to perform experiments on its beagles, even though former employees testified that the dogs had undergone eye surgeries without general anesthesia. Wayne Seung, founder of Direct Action Everywhere, said in an online post in March that he sought 2,000 people willing to gather at Ridgeland Farms this month and use every non-violent means to breach the facility walls and rescue the dogs. The village of Blue Mounds, site of the Ridgeland facility, has a population of less than 1,000. The plan for a second raid prompted the Dane County Sheriff's Office to bring in reinforcements, including police from the Wisconsin villages of Oregon and Black Earth, state troopers and Ridgeland's own private security force, Ms. Schaffer said. Organizers tried to work with Ridgeland Farms to find new homes for the beagles, but were unsuccessful. A company spokesman said that individuals have asked the company about buying the dogs, but declined further comment. A phalanx of officers awaited the protesters, who arrived at Ridgeland Farms on Saturday morning dressed in all black or clad in white lab jumpsuits, and law enforcement personnel announced over loudspeakers that trespassers would be arrested. At around 9 a.m., the police arrested Mr. Seung before he entered the site, saying that they had probable cause. The scene quickly devolved afterward as the police arrested protesters who had breached the fencing around the property. Activists with ladders trying to get over a fence and police officers guarding a fence line. Credit: Taylor Glasscock for the New York Times. Only a deeply corrupt system will use tear gas and rubber bullets against peaceful activists saving dogs, Mr. Seung said in a statement from jail. He was charged with burglary. Ms. Schaffer said that the protesters had been warned that they would be tear-gassed. a caution that some said they had not heard. At approximately 10 a.m., someone plowed a pickup truck through Ridgeland Farms' front gate and was arrested by the police. A spokesman for Ridgeland Farms said that the activists had tried to break in repeatedly from all sides of the research facility. He declined to comment on the law enforcement actions. Photographs from the scene show officers pointing rifles at a protester lying on the ground. Jenny McQueen, who drove from Toronto with her husband and half a dozen other Canadians to get the dogs out, said that officers began throwing tear gas canisters over the fence almost immediately after 9 a.m. Miss McQueen said she was pepper sprayed in the face. "As I was filming, I saw police with rifles and ammo whizzed past me," Miss McQueen said, adding that she did not hear officers warn protesters before they fired. "I saw a woman get shot in the shoulder with a rubber bullet." The protest had been planned for weeks, allowing the police to prepare. State troopers supplemented the local response. Credit Taylor Glasscock for the New York Times. Officers kicked and beat a man as he tried to enter through a hole in the fence, and then they pulled him through. The man, whom organizers identified as Nicholas Dickman, was arrested. A photograph shows him lying on the ground, face bloodied, with missing teeth. Jennifer Ozanne, a protester who traveled from California to try to take the Beagles, arrived at 8:45 a.m. to find that hay bales had been placed to stop people from nearing the fence, which was topped with barbed wire. She said she saw protesters pepper sprayed and shot with rubber bullets. The Dane County Sheriff's Office response to the active break-in attempts by hundreds of protesters was appropriate and proportionate to the behaviors observed, Sheriff Calvin Barrett said in a statement. Katie Benner is a correspondent writing primarily about large institutions that shape American life. Across the U.S. with the Times, our reporters are exploring how America defines itself. America's fastest-growing county, Jasper County, South Carolina, along the coast, has seen a crush of newcomers in recent years, drawn by its proximity to beaches and low taxes. Locals fear they may be losing their rural way of life. History blowing away. Wind energy. An unlikely coalition of the descendants of a Japanese-American internment camp and Trump-aligned wind power opponents helped kill an Idaho wind farm. But AI-driven energy demand keeps rising. Parents navigating a childcare crisis. A look inside Kids of Faith, one of the hundreds of daycare centers that have recently closed in Oklahoma, forcing parents to make difficult decisions about their careers. Inside the Brady Bunch house. While only its exterior ever appeared in the TV show, stepping into the real-life Brady house now is like going back in time.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD and Telereport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!